So hello! Well, today I'd like to take a look at this book called Roofing the Right Way. It's by Stephen Bolt, and it says a library journal, home repair bestseller. Well, I mean it is, because it was really helpful for me. I used to be a roof tiler and slater when I lived in the UK, and I used to work for a company that don't exist anymore, but they were part of the ready mix concrete group, the RMC, and they were known as Hall Roofing, and they were up on Creswick's industrial estate in the Coronation Avenue there on High Wycombe, which is in Buckinghamshire, High Wycombe, Buckinghamshire in the UK. And I worked for them for some years, and yeah, it was great. I had a great time and earned good money too. Boom. Whoa. But when it comes to shingling, US shingles we knew them as in the UK, which is a very American roof covering. Well, I didn't have any experience with them because that was a different kind of trade to roof tiling and slating. We didn't use asphalt shingles. So this book, when it came to me thinking, well, what I need here is an asphalt shingle roof on my house, this book proved really, really, really helpful. So that's why I'd like to share it with you, because it might well help somebody else save a shed load of money. What do you reckon, Jimbers? Saving a shed load of money, mate? We can have more pork chops, can't we? We can have more bits of lamb chop and all sorts of stuff to eat. Do you know? That's a good boy. So, to the book. Well, it starts in a very organised manner, let's face it. Obviously, I'm not going to show you every type of every page, but these are the sort of basic tabbed asphalt based shingles, fiberglass as well, but in my case it was asphalt. So you've got 3 tabs, multi-thickness random tabs, no cutouts, single thickness random tabs. And it then talks about pitches of roofs and rises and variabilities of rises. So it's got all the information you could possibly need, to be honest with you. In this one book, you just do not need any more. Styles, weights and dimensions of roofing materials. So of course it's American in this case, but the US shingle is used in Poland, where I live now, as well. And I was using this one with a 3 tab. Well, actually, I was using a 3 tab asphalt, so I don't know where that is, but it works really well. So the book talks about tools that you need. It talks about the types of hammer that you need, a caulking gun. Obviously the chalk, which you need with the line, chalk and line for marking out, so that you can get them in a straight line. The shingles are in a straight line, they're not tapering off. What I mean by tapering off is I can show you actually, because on my house they taper off. So there's the roof, right? There's my house roof. That's obviously not shingle there. That is a tile. But you see, they look vertical down, but if you look at the angle, I don't know if I can get it in the sun actually, it's probably going to be better this way. If you look at the angle of them, can you see how they're tapering off at the end there? Look, it's tapering off. It's not at it's not at a 45-degree kind of angling. It's going good for a bit, and then it tapers off. It's going around a corner. Shouldn't do that. Should not do that. That's bad. I didn't lay this roof. I'm just far too old and fat to do that. I did the sort of preliminary bits for it, but I got a bloke in for it, and he cocked it all up a bit, I'm afraid to say. Anyway, any which way, who? This is the shingle roof I'm talking about. That's the US shingle one. I laid this. Sweet! It was done, I tell you, very well. whether you like it or not. It's you can't really see it from down here. Sadly, it's just I'm too low. But I did that roof myself, and that was a first attempt. So yeah, a round of applause for the fat man with the little dog. So there's a little dog. Look, there's a little dog there. But no, I found these shingles really easy to work with, and I loved them. And I just used tin flashing for the ridges. I had to kind of cobble this thing here. They call it a Dutch roof, because obviously I couldn't make it flatted out, because it wouldn't work with the other roof that it's got to join up with. But I'm happy with that, delighted, and it was all because of this book. So he says, rushing back to the books. I don't want to make another half-hour video. So what have we got here? There's the bits you need. Nail pouch, most important, and roofer's hatchet. Came in very handy. I did buy one of those. The boots, well, I just wore training shoes, to be honest with you, because I found them easier to walk on the roof with. That's to strip the old shingles off with, so that didn't come into play with me. Tape measure, obviously, essential, and tin snips, for sure, essential. Trowels, yeah, definitely. The knife, I found the most important, and I bought a Stanley one, because I found the other knives just broke. Every time you're trying to cut things into size and shape, you were cutting your fingers more than the roofing shingles. So there you go. Moderately pitched roofs with, you know, jack planks. There's whole bundles. Obviously, in my case, I didn't need that, because effectively, but that's what they would be used for, to allow the roofer to sort of maintain his position on the roof and not go crashing down to his death. Shingle stapler. I didn't have one, but I didn't need one, because I wasn't working with a massive amount of roof. We call that a barrow hoist in England, but it obviously takes the weighty shingles up the roof. Useful bit of kit. I didn't have one of them. Obviously, I had my wife to hand them up to me. But yeah, this book, nail bar to rip out the old and put in the new. But I tell you, if you want to save some shed load of money, and you're young, obviously, if you're my age, you don't want to be. There's all the different galvanised nail ratings. You know, obviously, you don't want to be. It's flashings for chimneys. How to do that. Really useful book. Obviously, at my age, I'm just too fat and old to be up on a roof now. But yeah, if you're young, you can, and you've got a problem. You've bought your first property, and you know, you want to save yourself some money, and you obviously get yourself a safe scaffold set up. You even tie yourself a rope round the chimney stack. You know, that's a good way of preventing yourself from having an accident. I've done that a few times in my past. But there you go. There you are. There's all the courses and what have you. It's everything you need to know. And roofing is an expensive issue. It's an expensive business, replacing a roof. So, you know, if you can get yourself, save you a load of money. I remember when I bought my first property, a book like this would have just, what a score, you know. And they just didn't have that sort of thing. They had old-fashioned roofing books. I do have a collection of them now, actually. But no, I found this monster interesting. And, you know, as I say, in Americas they have shingle roofing is really popular. And it's a really good, I suppose it lasts about 20 years, something like that, 25, maybe if you're lucky, depending on the conditions you're in. Obviously, if you're living somewhere where there's hurricane winds or very hot sun, it could last less. Or if you're living somewhere with a temperate climate, then obviously it would last more. Look at that. He's having the time of his life, isn't it? He's thinking about pork chops, it is, isn't it? He's thinking about lamb and pork chops, it is, this little dog. Anyway, as always, thanks ever so much for watching. And yeah, massive winner that is. Roofing the Right Way by Stephen Bolt. Save yourself some money. Kiddos, you kids, youngsters, get up there and do it yourself. Have a go. What's the worst that can happen? Perhaps I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, all the very best. Cheers.